going on, guys? It's Jazzy, and today I'm here with amazing artist and definitely one of my favorite artists, Uchis. Miss Callie, how are you doing today?
I'm good, Jazzy. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining me here today on my show, and it's very great to see you again.
You too.
Well, fun fact, everyone, you were actually one of the best saxophone players in your high school jazz band, which
I was
something that caught me off guard. And I would love to know in what ways was playing an instrument in high school, how has that contributed to your musical growth?
Well, I played in jazz band. I played in alternative band. I was first chair. I took it really serious. I did it for years, maybe like 5 years, 6 years. But ultimately I gave it up and I put it behind me. But I think that it did have something to do with obviously my roots in music, my jazzy inflections in my tone. And I'm sure it made me part of, the artist that I am today.
Absolutely, and I do see the correlation, with the kind of jazzy sound that you have as well. And in high school now, I actually do take a band class.
Oh, nice.
And,
what instruments do you play?
Well, I play trumpet and drums.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the trumpet?
The trumpet, it's pretty difficult at times.
I feel like the flute looks really hard too.
Yeah, I have a friend that does the flute, and she's always complaining about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have to carry our cases around school, and she has like the littlest case, and it's like, what are you doing carrying that around? Just putting your book
Carrying my saxophone case around was really hard, and always having to like wet the reed, put the change.
Yes.
Like it's like so much. Like you have to assemble everything every time, and it's definitely a lot of dedication. And I feel like that's why in the end I ended up giving it up. But I suggest everyone to continue. What's in their heart for sure.
I find it very interesting when certain artists have that background where they were able to play different instruments, especially in their school days or before they even started thinking about their musical career. And one artist that I just was thinking of as soon as I found that information out was Lil Uzi. Because I know that Lil Uzi, he used to play trumpet when he was in high school as well.
I think it says a lot. Like, I was very much like band geek, artsy girl, like, I was never like popular or like cheerleader or mean girl type. Like, I was just the person that was cool with everybody, but kind of kept out the way. I was always,
I understand that.
laid low.
Work ethic is extremely important to people's success, and it's very important to have that in order to become successful in life. I know that was a value that you were taught at a very young age, especially from your dad. Is it true that Callie Uchis actually knows how to put up drywall and caulking? I wanted to know this.
Caulking is pretty easy, and actually drywall is too. But yeah, I definitely assisted, a couple times. I definitely did a little bit of construction here and there, but the simple stuff.
Okay. And from what I hear, you actually helped your dad at times with his work.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool. And I'm sure it wasn't the funnest thing during that time, but our parents have very special and creative ways to teach us certain lessons. So I find it really cool that he was able to teach you different lessons from you helping him at work. I feel like parents actually having the ability to do that is extremely important. And shouts out to all the parents out there, because I feel like parents do a lot for us.
Definitely.
Speaking about work ethic, first off, I want to congratulate you on your new album, Sincerely.
Thank you.
Because I absolutely couldn't wait for it, and I finally had a chance to listen to it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah, I got a sneak peek into it.
Oh, sweet.
And it's absolutely powerful.
Oh, thank you.
You've talked before about how much music has helped you tap into your emotions and your inner self, which is something that your fans have expressed that they really love and they really like to hear. Yeah. What was that creative process like for you, and what kind of emotional journey were you hoping on taking everyone that listens to the album?
I think I just never made an album that was very vulnerable in this way. I never made something that was more so, I would call it like an autobiographical piece. I felt like I really told my story and, my experience and my feelings, my thoughts, more than, for instance, like my last album, Orquídeas. It was kind of more of a fun dance project, general themes that, kind of could relate to anybody. But this one is a lot more personal and it's a lot more based just on my particular experience. So it's very different from my other work, and I think that was the main thing I was trying to do, was make an autobiographical work.
Right, and I've been a fan for a very long time now, so I definitely heard just how different your sound was from other albums that you made before.
It's more moody.
Yeah, and it felt like more touching and more emotional.
Yeah.
And you could really tell that you were actually put in that vulnerable space when you were recording.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was definitely portrayed in your music, and I have to say, guys, the album definitely does live up to the hype. It lives up to the
thank you.
hype.
Thank
No
you for that.
problem. Bueno, yo sé que naciste en los Estados Unidos,
Oh,
pero,
she's Spanglish.
pero vivías en Pereira, Colombia, hasta los 6 años. ¿Cuáles son algunos de tus mejores recuerdos de Colombia durante esa etapa de tu vida?
Creo que mis recuerdos, como la mayoría de mis recuerdos, son de la naturaleza, de los calles. Es que la cultura es muy diferente allá. Pues ese sentido de tener como toda la familia unida, fiestas familiares, cosas como like of that nature. We used to go to Salento a lot because I have family in Salento too, and that was where, you know, I got more familiar with countryside things like, you know, milking the cows and that slower lifestyle. But in Pereira, in the backyard, we did still have, even though it was in the countryside, we did still pick the eggs and we had birds and turkey and all that, but it wasn't the country though.
Bueno, ¿cómo te fue la transición a regresar a los Estados Unidos?
Para mí fue un poco complicado porque a esa edad ya estás como un poco confundida porque estás como tratando de aprender dos lenguajes. Regresando a los Estados Unidos, yo ya perdí como la mayoría de mi inglés y la mayoría de mis estudios, entonces como querían to hold me back, and that was probably the hardest thing.
Yeah, I understand that. Y tengo una historia muy parecida porque nací aquí en Nueva York, pero viví en Colón, Panamá, hasta los 5 años. Y
Pues qué bueno que todavía estás hablando español
sí,
y que eso es importante para ti porque hay muchos pues niños en los Estados Unidos que no quieren hablar
sí, yo
español
sé.
para nada, entonces.
Sí, yo sé. Y bueno, en ese tiempo no hablaba inglés y tuve que aprender a adaptarme a muchos cambios. Y
Sí.
incluyendo bullying porque no hablaba inglés y solo hablaba español.
Sí, esa etapa de tu vida me imagino era difícil.
Sí.
Pero en mi escuela yo siento como que habían muchos niños y todo eso que vivían como all over the world. Like it was very mixed school, my school. Entonces yo nunca sentí como ese sentido de como el bullying, como de lo que estás hablando, pero entiendo que debería ser muy difícil. Y también habían como pues chistes, you know, they used to
Sí.
be like, oh, if, you know, they used to have certain names and stuff, but that we're not going to say here.
Yeah.
But,
Yes.
but, you know, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know,
It's part of what made us stronger
really,
and
yeah.
gave us our characters. So
Absolutely. Yeah, I do
we'll
feel
chop it to that.
it really did. I feel like it really did because
Yeah,
during that time.
look how strong you are, and you're still keeping up with both languages, and not a lot of kids can say that they do what you do. So
Thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Y una pregunta. ¿Te sientes más colombiana o americana?
La verdad es que yo ya llevo tanto tiempo viviendo en los Estados Unidos. Soy de acá, pero también siento como ese orgullo de ser colombiana. También siento que soy de Colombia, pero la verdad, pues hablando honestamente, ya pues soy de los Estados Unidos, entonces es como que hay que decirlo, pero para mí es difícil como tener que encajarme como en solo una cosa, y es por eso que nunca me gusta hacerlo, la verdad.
Bueno, yo quería saber cómo es para ti, porque me siento panameña y americana a la misma vez.
Sí, pues todavía tengo mi casa allá, tengo mi familia allá, mi gata allá, entonces tengo como toda una vida muy diferente allá en Latinoamérica, pero de todas maneras, hablando honestamente, llevo la mayoría de mi vida en los Estados Unidos, entonces no siento que es lo mismo que como si yo fuera como una pelada que vivió toda mi vida en Colombia, ¿sabes?
Sí, tienes razón. Mis padres me criaron con la cultura de Panamá. Y a veces me siento como entre el medio de los dos porque, no sé, tengo muchos años viviendo aquí en Nueva York y siempre hay personas que dicen que no soy panameña, pero tú eres colombiana, yo soy panameña y también somos americanas.
Yes.
Punto y final.
Exactly. Point blank period. I think it's your right to decide for yourself, you know, how you identify as. And I
Right.
don't think anybody else reserves, you know, the right to tell you what you are.
Sí, y representamos ambos lados también.
Exactly.
Well, how has motherhood shifted your perspective on your life and your creativity process?
It allowed me to feel deeper and connect on a different level to the way that I operate with love, the way that I look at the world. I think that helped me a lot as an artist.
Absolutely, and I wanted to know, are there any lessons that you've learned in motherhood that were unexpected?
A lot of lessons, yeah. Your life completely changes, so you learn a lot every day. Every day is like a learning curve.
Yeah, I can only imagine how it really feels because going through motherhood and also being a mother and giving birth to a child comes with a lot of responsibilities.
Of course.
And there's a lot of trials that you have to go through and different steps as well. And my
But luckily, you don't have to think about that for a while.
not for a while. But my
Yes.
mom, she told me a little bit how her experience was giving birth to me and my sister. And it does seem like it's a pretty hard job at first.
It
but
is.
once the love comes in the way,
Yeah.
then you'll be able to conquer anything.
It's absolutely a very hard job, and I'm glad that you give your mom those props because we all need to give our moms more credit.
Absolutely. I mean, they deserve all the credit in the world for that because, well, without them, we wouldn't be here.
Exactly.
So. Yeah, and I feel like it's very beautiful how you are able to share your journeys and your experiences through your music as well.
Thank you, Jazzy.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Oh, thank you, honey.
No problem. So I have a couple rapid fire questions, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
So short, sweet, and simple answers, okay? What is your favorite snack to eat?
Randomly, I like Himalayan popcorn.
Favorite movie of all time?
That's hard. I really don't have a favorite movie. I like so many movies, but I would say I'm trying to put my friends onto some movies, and I had them watch Jawbreaker last week, which was pretty funny.
Well, what is your biggest pet peeve?
That's hard because honestly, it's a lot of stuff that irritates me.
Honestly, I get that.
Yeah.
I really do get that.
What would you say yours is?
Mine is, when it's raining, but you didn't know beforehand that it was going to rain, and then you have nice shoes on, and then your shoelaces get wet.
That's
I
very
hate when that happens.
specific.
No, that's happened to me so many times. I really
Yeah.
feel like I have bad luck in the rain. And when people chew with their mouth open, I hate that. I don't like saying the word hate, but that absolutely just aggravated. Oh, it's so frustrating.
Is there somebody in your household that does that? Cause
Yeah, my little brother Josue.
it sounds
Yeah, I'm looking
it
at
sounds
you, yeah.
personal.
It is. It's very personal. I hate when he does that. It's like anytime we're eating, even cereal. I don't know how he manages to do it with cereal, applesauce, yogurt, everything. Just anything and everything. Most annoying fashion trend you can't stand.
Probably just any trend. I hate when people just have to have a trend to do something. I like when people do their own thing.
Absolutely. I actually agree with that because I feel like when people have their own kind of style and it's not necessarily a trend where everyone is doing it,
Yeah.
it creates more uniqueness.
When I see people are starting to do something, it makes me not want to do it. So I
Yeah.
definitely don't like the trends at all.
Yeah. Best Colombian dish to try for those visiting.
Best Colombian dish. I mean, it's classic bandeja paisa. It's always gonna get
okay.
you full. It's a big one. You could share it with somebody if you need to, but it's like a classic traditional dish.
I like bandeja paisa too.
You had it?
But
Yeah.
for me, I feel like
It's a lot.
arepas are always on
Yeah,
top.
arepas. Yeah, because you can make them. You can have whatever you like on them.
Yeah,
Versus,
I like them for breakfast.
Yeah,
For breakfast, definitely.
they're heavy. They're heavy though.
They are. It's going to
start
get
the
you through the
day.
day. ¿De dónde son las arepas? ¿De Colombia o Venezuela?
Pues yo creo que Colombia, pero la verdad es que es una pregunta difícil porque la verdad es que Venezuela antes fue parte de Colombia. Entonces, es por eso que tenemos como so many things in common,
Yeah.
Because we used to all be one country.
Sí, yo sé que hay un debate sobre eso también. So I heard that's a huge debate, actually.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So, sorry to the Venezolanos if it's not correct, but
Yeah. So what is your biggest fashion regret?
I don't know. I'm one of those people that if I see a picture of me from last year, I'll be like, what was I doing?
Yeah.
Like, I'm always just on whatever I'm on right now in the moment.
Well, can you please share some words of motivation to everyone watching my show?
Everybody keep your head up out there. I know it's a dark, cold world, but we gotta, find the beauty in life. And it's still beautiful people out there, like this young, talented girl right here, And, uplift each other and be nice to one another.
Thank you so much for your time. And everyone, I'm here with the one, the only, Uchis.
Thank you, Jazzy, for having me.
Thank you so much for your time. And until next time, jazzing out.